How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I've been watching all of the Late Talker Journey webinars right along with you. And as usual, I have a few little travel notes that I want to give you. And one of them I call, don't leave the gifts sitting up on the shelf. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is we want to make sure that we're paying attention to our late talkers' strengths as well as their weaknesses. What happens a lot of time in my experience with families is the child will get an assessment or an evaluation and they'll get the results at home. And as parents, because we're always so concerned about our child and we want to keep them up, we tend to focus and we go, whoa, look at this score. This is in the first percentile or the second percentile. Take, for instance, something like, we might find that their auditory working memory is just very, very low. And auditory working memory is the ability for our late talker to listen to language and hold it in mind and then do something with it. And we might say, gosh, that's really low. That ability to hold that language in mind is really low. How do we work on that? How do we improve that? And then we'll spend an inordinate amount of time putting the child through all sorts of exercises and spending a vast amount of their time on improving their auditory working memory, when in fact, for many of our late talkers, auditory working memory is going to continue to be a relative weakness in their lives and probably not a tool that's going to be a real go-to for them. My husband, for example, his auditory working memory is extremely poor, and he could work on it and work on it and work on it, but he's only going to budge that needle a little bit. He had to find there are other ways of really learning. But what are we doing when we're spending all that time on the thing that we see as a weakness? We're ignoring their strengths. Maybe your late talker is really good at reading. Maybe your late talker has sort of a giftedness or is a math wizard and he kind of likes numbers and quantity. Maybe your late talker loves really analytical kinds of things or movement kinds of things. Don't forget to pay attention to their strengths. When you give them extra time and input on their strengths, like start making the reading fun with little comprehension games or doing some really cool things with math, when you spend time on their strengths, the payback that you're going to get and how quickly that comes is going to be amazing. And, more so than that, it's going to increase their positive self-image and their self-awareness and their confidence. And more than likely, as your child is becoming the adult version of themselves, it's going to be their strengths and the things that they're good at that are probably going to be meaningful to them and that they take into their lives going forward. So that is my travel message for today. When you look at those evals that you get or you see those reports, yes, you're going to see weaknesses, maybe even clinical weaknesses and relative strengths. Please don't zero in on how do we bring this weakness up to the same as everybody else if it's at the cost of ignoring and spending lots of times on their gifts and their strengths. Don't leave those gifts and strengths up on the shelf where they get rusty and dusty. Don't do that. Bring them down. Spend time on that. It'll be so rewarding for both of you. All right, everybody. See you next time.